welcome to Eat Your Way to Happiness with me, Bunny Woodcock. Today, we're all about prawn stuffed apples. Now, ladies, for this very impressive starter, which is very easy to do, what we're going to start by doing is popping this against the apple. So we take the top off like so. Now, we're going to use this as a kind of basket. So I need to scrape out all the insides. It's quite a tough job because, of course, apples weren't meant to be ate like this, were they? No. But the impressive starter you end up with is well worth the effort, ladies. Now, be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to end up in the accident and emergency ward, do you? No, because you have important things to be doing. You'll have your husband's boss coming around for dinner and you've got to play the perfect hostess. I remember the first time I served this. It was a very big occasion, you see. My very first time that my husband Harold had his boss around for dinner, and it was very stressful. I spent hours and hours making this and making a lovely main course and making a dessert, and I did coffee as well and hors d'oeuvres, and he didn't come. In the end, they went to the pub. But, ladies, it's in those times when you just have to say to your husband, that's fine. So with all this lovely apple that you just scraped out, what we're going to do is we're going to take out the pips, just make sure that there's no pips in there. And we're going to chop it up like so and pop it in a bowl. Because we're not going to waste this, ladies. Oh no, oh no. If there's anything that my wartime cook mother taught me, is you don't waste food. I'll pop all of that in there. There's a bit here I can use. There we go. Oh. As I said, don't waste food. The hair on that one. Okay, there we are. It's fine. Now, once you've got the apple in the bowl, we're going to put this apple to one side because we're going to use that lovely basket in a bit. And in this bowl, what we're going to do is we're going to add lovely prawns. There we go. In they go. And we're going to add the mayonnaise. In it goes. Ready-made, ladies. No need to make it up. And some gherkins. Just a couple of, there's a, oh, do love a gherkin. Put the chopped ones in there. And we've got some lovely chopped olives there as well, you see. There, in it goes. And some tomato puree. And last but not least, some lovely Tabasco sauce. Very hot this, very hot. Very hot sauce, so use very sparingly, ladies. Very sparingly, only a touch. There we go, that should do. Just a touch. So, mix it all together in that lovely bowl. You see, look at the colours there, ladies. I can smell that Tabasco sauce. Did you know? By appointment to the Queen. And it's American. She's very forgiving, isn't she? So, once that's all mixed together, what you do is you get your apple back and you start to spoon it into the apple basket. There we are. So, in it goes. In it goes. Doesn't that look lovely and colourful? Pile it nice and high. You don't want to be mean with this. There we are. There it is. And then once you've done that, you can pop it back on your serving plate, ready to be served. Oh, that won't quite stand up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. There we are. Right, now on the top, we're not going to leave it just like that because that just isn't quite extravagant enough and it is going to be an impressive starter. So, we're going to add on an olive on a little cocktail stick so we can see it poking out. There we are. And over the top of that olive, we're going to have a whole prawn. Oh yes, ladies, a whole prawn. I know, very exotic. And it's going to be leaping over the olive as if trying to escape, you see? Let me out! Let me out, said Mr. Prawn. I don't want to be eaten. Oh, well, we're going to eat you anyway, Mr. Prawn, so tough luck. Oh! So I've got another prawn in here. And there we are, leaping over the olive as if trying to escape. Can you see that? Voila, a very impressive starter, prawn stuffed apple. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it, Mr. Prawn? He said yes. What's that, Mr. Prawn? You're right. Let's taste test. Now, prawn stuffed apple. Now, the interesting thing about this is people get very confused about what implement to use to eat it. You can, in fact, use any one of these. I'm going to start with a teaspoon. And I'm going to find myself a little prawn. I've got some apple there as well and gherkin. Goodness. You can taste that Tabasco. Of course, you can, of course, dispense with all the cutlery and just eat it. What do you say, Mr. Prawn? Yeah? Yes. It is hot, isn't it? Well, you smell. And there you have it. Prawn stuffed apple. Delicious. I think there is a reason that Gordon Ramsay hasn't picked up on this. Gordon,
just about like
the time is now.
A master chef.
Yeah. What are you going to cook, Gemma? Well, I'm going to cook prawns and apple.